What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is, should CM Punk win or should Jey Uso? We're just going to throw out some ideas about who should win the Saturday night's main event. I almost said PLE, but it's not technically a PLE. It's just really well, I guess it is technically a Peacock now. Whoa, I didn't even think about that. Today, we're basically just going to go out and explain what would happen if CM Punk wins, what would happen if Jey Uso win, and then I'm going to give you who I kind of think will win and should win. This is a yap video, and it's basically just going through some scenarios because, to be honest with you, I'm very excited what they're going to do with this World Heavyweight Championship because I've seen people talk about this online. When WWE has crazy, weird injuries or stuff like this, new ideas and new thoughts come in, and it's kind of exciting at times. I truly mean this. So sad that Jacob Fatu, Seth Rollins, Sol Ruka, there's someone else that got injured recently, but they're injured. It hurts me horribly. But at times, it's nice to see WWE fully change some stuff up because it feels very brand new. But again, I need to say, I'd rather no injuries happen and they go on their whole schedule than any injuries at all. I mean, just two of the people I just mentioned, I literally have posters for: Seth Rollins, Jacob Fatu. These are my top two favorite wrestlers. I'm not even joking. Go check out videos I've had in the past. Those are literally my top two. So let's begin and let's talk about CM Punk or Jey Uso. First off, let's talk about the winner of the Battle Royale. It is Jey Uso, who won the Battle Royale on Raw to officially go to Saturday night's main event. Now, we talk about this Battle Royal because it's kind of setting up what could happen at Saturday night's main event. Jey Uso won by taking out Jimmy Uso and LA Knight at the same time to basically win. Dominic Mysterio looks like he's about to win it, and then of course he does, and Jey Uso wins. Now the interesting thing here is that he took out Jimmy to win in kind of a heelish fashion, a solo fashion that he's kind of on his own, and this is going to potentially lead up to what I think what will happen. I don't really have a place to talk about what will happen, but I'll just kind of mention it. Now, the thing that's very shocking about this is that I really thought that the Vision would get a chance at the title. That Raw didn't make sense to me on how they were kind of talking about and explaining about the Vision and Breakker and Bronson can't be a part of it. Because to be honest with you, they technically have a point. Seth Rollins was part of the Vision. I know they took out Seth Rollins, but they still technically had the title. And to me, it feels like that Bronson Reed or Braun Breakker should have at least been in it. If you want to be honest with you, I think Bronson Reed should have been in it, and then Bronson Reed lose because of something crazy. It would have been nice. But now I really do wonder what's going to happen here. Maybe in a shocking way. I'm just going to throw this out here. It ends in a DQ. This ends in a full DQ match, and the title is still vacated for a long time. And maybe Survivor Series, it's now like a triple threat with a Vision member in there. Oh, maybe with a Vision member in there, and then whoever it is, like Bronson Reed or Braun Breakker, wins because of Austin Theory. Calling it out loud right now. But let's go ahead and talk about Jey Uso or CM Punk. Let's talk about Jey Uso winning. If Jey Uso would win, we have some pointers that I want to talk about. First off, Jey Uso would be a two-time heavyweight champion in the same calendar year, which would be nice. I think that's a really good thing for Jey Uso. Now, I think here's the thing. If he would win, he would have to win and become a tweener. Now, there's kind of two things that I could really see happening is maybe he wins and he starts just going on his own and turns on Jimmy Uso. Like, I would like a storyline where Jey Uso is turning into Roman Reigns in the sense of not wanting to be with people or bringing in people to win in bad ways and just being a dictator. And I think that's an interesting storyline that we see the guy that Jey Uso always wanted to take down is what he's becoming because of the title. Now, another way I could see him really win this title is Jimmy Uso is there to help. He yells at him and says, "What are you doing? Get out of here. I got to do this on my own," or something. And maybe he takes out Jimmy Uso in the process. And then the ref goes to either check on Jimmy, check on Jey, check on something that happened because of that. And then with CM Punk there, he either low blows, does something to absolutely turn heel, and then Jey Uso wins in the way of turning heel. And I could see a shot that literally happens of on Saturday night's main event. Jey Uso literally holds up the title, wins with boos all around him, and he just walks out not caring. Could they do something like that? Could that be a crazy shock to Saturday night's main event? I don't know if they'll do it. That's my only problem. Still, though, have to mention it because I think, again, if Jey Uso's here winning, how does he win? It has to be something like that against CM Punk, especially against CM Punk. So some storylines we could see: Jey Uso fully turning heel. I was like, what does Jey new side means? Jay's kind of new side would, I think, bring a full different feel to Raw. I think you could see a lot of feuds with, baby faces there. Obviously, CM Punk with a heel Jey Uso. You have, why am I blanking? LA Knight there. Jimmy Uso there. Now, I would wonder how they would do Survivor Series, to be honest with you, but maybe it is just going to be MFTs versus White Six, and that's going to be the actual Survivor Series, which would kind of be a little crazy. But I'd be kind of fine with it because then you could have other storylines still going on, and Survivor Series feels like a full PLE, and you still have like a match that a lot of people don't like, that everyone's so focused around, that everyone doesn't really like, be with mid-carders, so then you still have your like real main eventers doing something else. Now, if Jey Uso would win, this is how I really want him to lose the title, and it's Jey having a match against somebody else before Mania, and Jey loses because he's been acting like Roman, and Roman cost him the title, saying, you don't want this title, this is what the title does to you. And then we get Jey and Roman at Mania. I think that's an amazing way you could go about it. I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is the route they're going to go. I think we're going to see CM Punk win. This is just me thinking of it right now. I could probably change my ideas in Saturday night's main event. I'm kind of leaning towards DQ, if you want me to be honest with you. But let's talk about it. To me, at this moment, it kind of feels like they need someone to hold this title, which I guess if you would do Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker, it would work. But then you would let Roman Roman would help Braun Breaker win. That means, no, that can't happen. That can't happen. I feel like they just need a placeholder, and CM Punk is a pretty damn good placeholder. Now, there's another reason why I really like this. I think this sets up, obviously, a future with the Vision, where the Vision's like, I can't believe we let this old man win. This cannot happen. You have CM Punk versus the Vision all the way up till Mania, where I think Breaker likely wins the Royal Rumble, and then you have Breaker versus Punk to happen at Mania, with Breaker obviously winning. Another thing that I really like about Punk winning is that Punk only wins the title when Seth is gone. You know how hard that is and how crazy that is that you could write this in a storyline? You have CM Punk, who hasn't been able to hold on to the title because of Seth Rollins for all this time. You have Seth Rollins holding on to the title because of being able to outlast and do better than CM Punk. Then when Seth Rollins is gone, that's when CM Punk becomes champion. Doesn't that kind of feel like you're only champion because I'm not around? That's how you set up their feud again in the future. And I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's the best way to do it. So that's why I like CM Punk as this champion. I think what would have to happen, though, if they would go this route, though, is Jimmy costing Jey. I think Jimmy not allowing Jey Uso to win the title in a babyface way, because he knows Jey is too powerful for that title, which, to be honest with you, is kind of reminding you of SummerSlam 2023. Damn, 2023. Am I unk? That feels so recently. I cannot believe that it's been 2 years now, but it feels like SummerSlam 2023, but it's in a babyface way, because it didn't really make sense at the time. Jimmy Uso cost him because he would turn into Roman. You didn't know that. Now he could actually know that. Some storylines I also see, because I think this is the likely possibility, this is where we go. Punk hype about winning. Punk would likely hold till Mania. I wouldn't see him holding past Mania, to be completely honest with you. I think whoever he would go against at the Royal Rumble after Elimination Chamber, which brings the question, if Punk wins this, he's going to be Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Maybe not. We'll see on that. I think Punk likely holds till Mania. He's hyped about winning. And then I think we get Punk versus Vision for a while, and ultimately Breaker getting the title at Mania. And then we see the summer of Breaker going into SummerSlam. I would expect a Seth Rollins maybe returns after Mania and we get a future of maybe a King of the Ring Seth Rollins. That's what I want to see. King of the Ring Seth Rollins, and then SummerSlam 2026 is Breakker versus Seth Rollins for that title. Am I cooking now? I think so. And then I think maybe, what about Seth? Okay, let me quickly crazy book. Seth loses that match and then Seth wins it at Money in the Bank in September. I don't know. We'll see on that. But I really do believe that's where they're going to go. And I think it makes a lot of sense to go that route. I think WWE with Seth Rollins' injury is going to go a route of hold it, find someone that can hold the title till we can put this on Breakker now that everyone's fine with putting it on Breakker. I think this is the route you go. I really do believe this is the route you go. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know anything down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.